Last week I expressed how much I love crabs, so I figured a blue crab would be that much better because I really love blue. But man, this weeb crab is worse than a friggin' protagonist in a Shogun anime. Welcome back, classy crew, to another journal as I journey through Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak, or Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which includes Rise. Anyways, I'm trying to complete, I'm not gonna just try, I'm going to complete every quest in this game, fighting every challenge solo. So this past week, I encountered the Shogun Senator, and oh my god, this crab sucks. How do you go from such a lovable creature that was so fun to chop up to this thing which is evil? It's got so much aggression. It's like if you put all of, well, maybe not all of it, but a little bit of Rajang's anger, and you put it into a crab that was miffed because it didn't get its own anime spin-off. So anyways, this thing has basically like two long swords for hands, aka crabs, and it's just so aggressive. If you try to run away from it, it just jumps at you, chop, chop, chop. It has way wider range than any monster has the right to have. You get close to it, it just goes whoop, and you don't even see the attack coming, and you get sliced. You try to stand behind him, and then whoop, he just turns around and slices you, and then you try to run away to heal, and he's just like slice, 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 slice. He's just in your face all the time, and
I want to cry.
I really did not have a good time with this thing. The only redeemable thing that I can say about Shogun Senator, and this shocked me quite to my core, 10 minutes into the fight, I broke his shell, and we saw his little Kezu. I couldn't hold my laughter or contain my amusement that behind this massive robust shell is a little like squishy Kezu that's just waiting to be punched. So that is the only redeemable thing for all of his freaking bullshittery. The fact that you can break his shell and then just bang on that Kezu and kill him that way. It's really empowering, and it's really demeaning to that Shogun Senator. So call me a bully, but hey, no! Damn it! So outside of the Shogun Senator and all the bullshit that entails, I came across some other new friends, such as a Garen Golem, and I think that's the only other new monster. Yeah, that's the only other new monster I've encountered. However, before I get to that, I have a lot to talk about because I carded a heck of a lot this past week. These master rank versions are no joke, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit. I was also clearing out a few village quests and some high rank quests in between as I try to bring my PC game file to what my Switch game file was. And I carded quite a bit on a high rank quest, which we're also going to talk about. So first off, I did clean up a few village rank quests. I actually finally unlocked village rank 6, just so we could get the notification off of the top right of the screen that's like, hey, you still have some village rank stuff to unlock. So I've unlocked all of that, and now off screen, I've slowly been just getting all my check marks for village rank. I've done this on Switch. I did all the village rank quests. I know that the final one unlocks an arena that's like a high rank arena with 3 monsters. It's honestly not that bad, so I'm just going to clean those off. If you want to see me do them, it's on a VOD somewhere in the history of wherever my VODs are. Actually, on my stream channel. No, on this channel, and I have to move them all to my stream channel. The next thing is the Basarios Master Rank, which was what I took on, and I just wanted to say Basarios has always been fairly easy for me in low rank, high rank, but man, they make him roll so much in Master Rank. It was getting annoying. He's always like, and I'm rolling, and every time you try to just fight this thing, he's like, nope, I'm gonna roll all over you. Now, the surprise of the night was probably the Tobi Kadachi. Tobi has never really left an impact on me besides, I remember when I first started Monster Hunter World, everybody's like, oh, he's gonna see the lightning squirrel, and everybody would talk about a squirrel. And I remember this was one of the early monsters in Monster Hunter World that I was like, what squirrel? And when I saw it, I was like, oh. And it really struck me because he was the first monster that had a very different kind of armor set. You know, all the other armor set in Monster Hunter, it's all like this robust, like, oh yeah, I'm going to war kind of armor. It's tough. Whereas the Tobi Kadachi armor set was like more like fluffy and elegant. And I was like, oh, there's all sorts of different kind of armor in this franchise. So the Tobi Kadachi, I went after it, and this boy made me card twice. He is no joke, and I don't know if he was always like this, but I feel that they gave him, they spliced some Nargacuga along with, there was another monster he reminded me of. But it's basically like they spliced the two. And he was so aggressive, he now has this thing where he throws spikes at you. which reminds me of the Nargacuga. And he has this, like, he flies and then, like, somersaults and just drops his tail on you, which deletes your health pool. It just caught me by surprise. I died so quick the first time. I'm like, oh, what just happened? Where'd all my health go? So Tobi-Kadachi is no joke. Then after all of those quests, we unlocked Garen Golem, and I saw it in the trailers. I was really excited for this monkey because he's probably my favorite monkey. I mean, he doesn't have much to compete with. Bob is Bob, and Rajang is too angry to have friends. So Garen Golem is like this gentle giant. I love the concept. I love that he's this tame beast who's triggered for some reason. And I love his design. So there's a lot of things I did not realize until I fought him. I didn't realize he had like a hand on his tail, which he doesn't seem to use. It's just more of an aesthetic thing. But then the real shocker was the fact that he has like a fire hand and a water hand, and I thought that was really cool. And it was even cooler when he would like punch the ground, blast himself off, and then like punch you with the water hand and then give you water blight. It sucked for me as the hunter, but it was really cool to see. I applauded it as I'm like drowning in water blight. Otherwise, the fight was pretty good. I don't think I didn't cart on Garen Golem. Everybody was expecting me to cart. I cart on freaking Toby, probably on Basarios, and also on a freaking higher rank Teostra, which I'm going to talk about soon. But Garen Golem, he was a fun fight. I had so much fun with him. The music was great. Oh, it was the first time I saw the Citadel. Citadel level is probably one of my favorites. I like it more than actually, I can't say I like it more than the jungle. The jungle has its own thing going for it. But the Citadel, cool aesthetic, freaking awesome music. Like, this game just keeps ramping up the epicness, and it just feels amazing. I love it. So yeah, Garen Golem was a good time. Finished him off with a proper invasion sensation right on the behind. When I blew, boom, he died. It was perfect. I love that poetic ending. And I'm starting to come up with a new catchphrase. Instead of just saying, like, get ready for the Heiji invasion sensation, we're now going with, and this is, I owe it to Fiorane, the Switch Axe sends its regards. I just love it. Oh, actually, I should probably do it with the Wyverns. So after Garen Golem, my hunter rank went up to 40, which unlocked Teostra. And I'm like, all right, we got to go clean that up. So let's go do that. I love Teostra now, and I love his music, everything. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. And now I have a water axe. Like, I'm still using my crab axe, not the bad crab, the good crab axe. And so actually, Shogun Senator doesn't even have the decency to give you a switch axe. So that's another reason I hate him. Just completely useless. So yeah, I go fight Teostra, and I have no freaking idea what happened, but this boy carded me twice. I think it's because I just forgot his moveset, and maybe I was a little cocky. I don't know what happened. He humbled me a lot. I got scared. I was like, oh my god, can you imagine if I am in my freaking Master Rank 3 armor, fully maxed out, and I cart to Teostra 3 times? Like, that would be terrible. It almost happened, but luckily I was able to hold it together, knock him out, unlock my hunter rank. My hunter rank is now unlimitedly capped. I still have the little message to get to hunter rank 50, which I think that's what unlocks the All-Mother fight. And then we'll be well on our way to unlocking the rest of the high rank fights that are left in the game. So after the Teostra fight, I was like, it's time for a new switch axe. I'm tired of seeing this crab on my back. What else can I do around here? And I went out and I built a power shredder. And actually, no, the reason I did is I was looking if there were new axes unlocked. And the power shredder was the only one that's unlocked. It's a thunder element switch axe. And as I told you, I want to experiment with different axes. I want to have more in my collection. So the power shredder was made, and off I went to fight the Shogun Senator. So I already talked about it, but oh, actually, yeah, Shogun Senator, I even had a thunder axe against it, which I think it's weak to. So I had all these advantages, and I still struggled a ton with the fight until his little Kezu showed up. Anyways, so after that, we just kept fighting Almudron Master Rank. After my experience with Tobi-Kadachi and Basarios, I was terrified of what they would do for Almudron Master Rank, because his high rank is actually quite tough. Turns out I didn't find him really that difficult. He was similar to his high rank version. He didn't have any kind of killer moves. So Almudron Master Rank was a bit of a disappointment. And after that, we finished the night on Barioth Master Rank. And this honestly it felt a lot more like the world, which might make sense because, I mean, in Iceborne, because Barioth in Iceborne is a Master Rank and he's Master Rank here. He felt bigger, he felt more dangerous, but this time I'm a trained hunter and I was like, okay, step 1, break the wings, break his face, break everything we can. And it helped me so much. He was still like pounding me around, but the fact that he was jumping all the time and then slip sliding and falling over, like it was like fighting a drunk Barioth. And it made the fight easier. And I'm like, this is what happens when you have experience and you actually try to do things intentionally in the fight. It makes it slightly easier for you. So I felt pretty proud about that. No! So that's where we are. I'm getting close to, I think I'm at Master Rank 3, getting close to unlocking Master Rank 4. What's the next fight? Everyone was getting excited about what the next fight was, but I forget what it is. Anyways, I figured I would save it for next week. And so that's where I am, and the quest continues in Elgato. We'll see what surprises it has for me next. So thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you on stream or on the next journal. And until next time, keep it classy. Do 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 do. Subscribe.